What is far deadlier than most people realize? Serious? Dehydration. If you are out in the wilderness, you get lost, and you run out of water, things get real very fast. Social media. Moose. They make look goofy and are herbivorous, but those antlers aren't there just for show. Plus, they are significantly bigger than people give them credit for, reaching up to 6 or even 7 feet at the shoulder, able to weigh over half a ton, and are known to be very territorial and aggressive during mating season, killing more people than bears in Alaska. Diving into water. Especially unfamiliar water. Honestly. But bipolar? People who are actually diagnosed with bipolar disorder only live to 50 usually. My uncle and father both died from early dementia caused by bipolar. This disease is frequently self-diagnosed by people who have no right doing so, and as thus this disease is not taken very seriously. Tylenol. Monkeys and apes. Never trust a monkey or an ape. Electricity. Speeding. Fireflies aka lightning bugs. I read an article years ago that said that lightning bugs are beetles, so when they feel threatened by a predator trying to eat them they secrete blood from their body, so if an animal or human was to eat one or attempt to and just have it in their mouth, their blood can have effect to where it can cause your throat to swell almost shut. One of the scientists that tried it said it was one of the most painful things he'd ever experienced. UTIs, aka bladder infections, can cause symptoms of dementia if not treated. Tylenol. It is absolutely depressing how many people take Tylenol overdoses as a suicidal gesture to get people to take their depression seriously and end up dying horribly from liver failure. Motor vehicles. Chances are higher of you dying or killing someone in an accident than you actually killing some in a competitive online game. Hippopotamus. Escalators. Not terribly deadly, 30 fatalities per year, but way more dangerous than people realize, 17,000 accidents/injuries per year. People have been mangled after catching a shoe between the tread and casement. Most of these accidents and deaths can be attributed to people not paying attention when riding. Kids wrestle. Adults zone out. It's a powerful machine moving thousands of pounds, and despite best efforts, people act like they don't have to pay attention. Throw rugs. They are a real tripping hazard as you get older and start to drag your feet as you walk. Trains. So many people just don't get how deadly they can be. Seriously, the number of people who try to board as the doors are closing and almost become trapped is ridiculous. Also, people who narrowly avoid being hit when they've ignored level crossing barriers. The fuck, man? Just wait until the train has passed instead of almost being killed in a brutal way. Has anyone said stress? General population thinks it's so normal to constantly move at fast pace and always be on, but I cannot stress, the importance of simply rest, various therapies, things that fully benefit the healing of the body. Many forms of self-medicating, even if helpful in the short term, can actually worsen the amount of stress in the body. The tiny cute little octopus you might find at a beach on your holiday in Australia, and look at those cute little blue rings. And then you get one small little tiny bite, within minutes its venom is coursing through your body, paralyzing you and shutting down your muscles including your diaphragm and your ability to breathe. There's no anti-venom for what is happening to you right now, and I hope in the few minutes you had you were able to let someone know what happened to you and that they get you onto a respirator that will breathe for you before your brain is starved of oxygen. Yeah. Don't fuck with Australian wildlife. Taking over-the-counter painkillers. Taking ibuprofen without enough water on a regular basis can permanently damage your kidneys. Touching shit inside a guitar amp can fuck you up really bad. It holds a charge. And it all comes out at once if you touch the wrong spot. Major depression and PTSD. Hippos. A Kenyan that has seen tourists pull some ridiculously dangerous stunts. Chiropractic treatment. They have literally crippled and killed people. Ocean currents can drag you out to sea in waist-high water and leave you there to die. Don't swim alone at night. You have enough potential energy at standing height to easily suffer a fatal skull fracture. This is generally avoided because people brace, but backward falls can easily cause death. Running water. There is way more mass and momentum behind it than you realize. Swimming in the ocean. I've lived in a beach town most of my life. Every summer there's too many stories of people drowning. The ocean cannot be underestimated. Great, now I'm scared of waterfalls. Lack of sleep. The worst bullying I've seen in my life was workplace bullying. That's saying something considering how high some people in my middle school set the bar. Every serious workplace bully I've seen was also a huge gatekeeper. That's how they survive. They gatekeep information so they're hard to get rid of. Eating pretzels alone. Cars, even the highest safety-rated vehicles are boiled down to a heavy battering ram. Ticks. Those fuckers and the disease they carry are no jokes. I just wanted to throw in that fake kindness that really just dismisses people's problems can be worse than no words at all. Stop telling chronically depressed people it gets better. You are not being nice. Tylenol. It is responsible for over 40% of all liver failure in the US. I had a friend hospitalized last year for it. Garage springs, they are deadly at how much actual potential energy they store. Grapefruit when mixed with medications. Gender reveal parties. Honking another car when you're mad. A guy in my town honked at a car for not moving forward when the light turned green. The driver in front came out of his car with a knife and wanted to fight. Being a couch potato. Taking Tylenol. So many people pop them like candy. I always remember this and it helped me cope with when my dad passed as he was both. You see a lot of fat people. You see a lot of old people. But you never see a lot of old fat people. I just read a whole article about rat lungworm in snails and slugs that is haunting me. You woo. Fighting. People don't realize one punch can kill or give someone serious brain damage. RIP Redditors. Loneliness. You can actually die from being too lonely. You can die from a broken heart. You can die from sadness. Don't try it. Paracetamol. People so easily odd accidentally on it by taking 3 when they're in pain instead of the recommended 2. They come in 500 mg doses in the UK. I looked after somebody who took 8 in one go. Doesn't seem that many. But she was in such a bad way. Her eyes were completely bloodshot, she had jaundice and needed a liver transplant. Cattle. They're quicker and more agile than they look. Beef cattle, even cows, can be extremely aggressive if you're around their calves, which you might not even see. In pens and chutes they can kill you accidentally by leaning on you, or on purpose by pinning and butting you into the side of the structure. They can weigh as much as a small SUV. Saying no to men. Germs. The insane quantities of sugar we consume. Hippos, they swim faster than humans in water and run faster on land, and they are aggressive as hell. Skiing. Accident rates for ski resorts are protected trade secrets. There are a lot of ways to die and or seriously injure yourself on the slopes. And I'll be out there again next year. Mosquitoes. Over 2 to 3 million people die of malaria every year. Mosquitoes. They are really underestimated and they can kill a lot of people. Celiac disease. People think it's like lactose intolerance, but with wheat. It isn't. If you continue to eat gluten when you have celiac disease, even in tiny amounts, you will die of malnutrition. Love. Hippos. Botox, on the LD50 toxicity scale, which measures how much of a substance you would need to kill half the people it is given to, Botox measures just 0.000001 milligrams/kg. In other words, you would need around 0.00007 milligrams to kill a 70 kilograms man like me. Or to put it another way, a lethal dose for me would weigh less than 1 cubic millimeter of air. Botulinum toxin kills its victims by causing respiratory failure. It is a neurotoxin, it enters nerves and destroys vital proteins. This stops communication between nerves and muscles. Only the growth of new nerve endings can restore muscle function, and that can take months. If mixing vinegar with bleach creates chlorine gas or something similarly toxic. Basically, don't mix cleaning agents.